back to Blooming in Bloomington. I'm here back at Olcott Park. You can see we're in our pollinator grove once more, but the season has changed and we have a new batch of plants out. And this plant is probably the one you'll see the most. So this right here, in our lovely yellow flowers, is goldenrod. If you come closer, you can see it's in one big stalk. Stem's a little bit fuzzy, and there's these bunches of yellow flowers coming off of it. Some of the bees are still on it, even though I'm touching them. That's how much they love goldenrod. There's just insects all over it. It tends to bloom in the late summer, and that's really good for our pollinators because there's not a whole lot blooming in late summer, so they can really fill up on this nectar, and their honey can actually be kind of spicy because of it. So I really want to try some of that goldenrod honey. They are native to the United States and North America in general. There are hundreds of different species. I believe this one is the Canada goldenrod, but I'm not too sure. That tends to be the most common with these sloping bunches. This one has mostly a little bit of a seed, a little bit of blooms, so it's kind of in a mix. You can see these leaves coming up along the side with the tiny ones coming. They like open fields. Most of the ones you'll see will be in open fields, so there are a few species that like our shady woodlands. They'll be kind of smaller and less conspicuous. Now, if you have any seasonal allergies, you might have seen a bunch of this blooming at this time and think, it's you. You're the one giving me all of these allergies. And it is a common misconception that goldenrod is what's giving us all kinds of allergies. But actually, it's because of ragweed, which is also blooming around this time. And ragweed is wind pollinated, which is what causes the pollen to get into your sinuses. Goldenrod, as you can see by all of these bugs all over it that won't move even when I touch it, it's insect pollinated. So the pollen grains are too heavy to be carried by the wind, so it's not going to bother your sinuses because it stays on the plant. It's a very pretty plant to put into your pollinator garden, especially since it is a late bloomer. It is thought to bring luck and fortune. So the young leaves are edible raw or cooked, whereas the flowers and the seeds are edible raw. The leaves and the flowers can be made into a nice tea used for sore throats or an upset stomach. And this lovely color can be used, the flowers can be taken and used for a natural dye. And depending on how you prepare it and whether you use the whole plant or just the flowers, you can get yellow, orange, or brown as a natural dye from this plant. So I hope that you can appreciate our goldenrod and that you don't blame it for your allergies anymore. Oh, come here. So we have a lot of insect friends in here, and this thing right here, this spider, is ready. It blends in with the goldenrod and it's ready to attack any ants or something that comes in here. That's cool. Looks like a corn kernel.